Hi again. I'm John Beinert, Development Director at Greystar, here for the 2025 15th Street North project, referred to in the sector plan as a landmark site. This is the first of 2 online engagement sessions in the new SPRC process. Also posted on the county website is the project overview presentation that we have prepared. Alongside the presentation and materials prepared by county staff, we hope this provides you with a good understanding of the project and how we approach the design for the project in light of the county's planning goals. Again, we're looking forward to having this be the first major 4.1 site plan process pursuant to the 2015 Courthouse Sector Plan's Courthouse Square Addendum and the provisions for the Courthouse Square Special District under the CO zoning district. As we embrace the changes to the public review process in the wake of COVID, we look forward to your feedback on the project and continued engagement as the process unfolds. In this presentation, we are excited to provide a more detailed discussion of issues related to 3 areas: open space, historical preservation, and building architecture. Joining me later in the presentation will be Steve Smith, a principal with the architecture firm Cooper Carey. As you may recall from our project overview presentation, we discussed how the county's comprehensive planning documents, most notably the Courthouse Sector Plan, guided the design for this site. We will revisit some of those slides for context and present new slides that dive deeper into the design of the project. Our project is 2025 15th Street North, also referred to in the Courthouse Sector Plan as a landmark site. We are proposing a full redevelopment of the entire property, which is an assemblage of 9 parcels. The site is centrally located within the Courthouse neighborhood, across Yule Street from the Courthouse Metro, and stretching west to the North Courthouse Road. The sector plan provides guidance for open space and specifically a grand vision for the future of Courthouse Square, wherein the existing parking lot adjacent to the government center and courthouse is transformed into a lively public square with trees, sidewalks, and seating areas. The plan also envisions the creation of a major pedestrian promenade to provide connectivity from 14th Street North to the south. Our component of this new network of open spaces is the Yule Street Promenade. This is intended to become a vibrant and broad pedestrian walkway lined with trees and active retail uses and distinctive lighting. Our landscape architect, Land Design, has put together a plan for an engaging and dynamic space within the Yule Street Promenade. Land Design drew inspiration from some of the sector plan's comprehensive guidance for the design of Yule Street, as well as other examples of pedestrian spaces regionally and nationally. While the sector plan provides a comprehensive vision for this promenade, we have discovered through site design and engineering that there are some challenges with strictly adhering to the plan's recommendation. The 2 most notable challenges are an existing underground transformer vault and an approximately 4-foot grade change from north to south. This image depicts the ground floor of the building and the adjacent promenade. Per the sector plan, retail uses will front along the length of the promenade, providing activation of the space. A retail elevator lobby with doors opening directly onto the promenade will provide access to the parking garage below. Making this new space active and engaging is our highest priority, and we believe that the team created a design that will ensure the success of the retail. As I mentioned, our goal is to activate this area with retail while still providing ample public space. In order to accommodate the significant grade change, we have proposed 2 terraces for the retail use. These terraces will help capture the grade change as one moves across the space. To accommodate the existing transformer vault, The proposed pedestrian promenade has a slight bend, which creates visual interest as well as a more dynamic and inviting experience. This slide shows a cross-section of the promenade looking north. You can see the elevation changes of the retail terraces, but it's worth noting that each terrace is at grade with Clarendon Boulevard to the north and 15th Street to the south. This slide is a rendering of our promenade looking north. You can see the two retail terraces and the grade change going down Yule Street. This is a slide of the rendering of the promenade looking south. This is where the metro will enter onto the promenade and gladly invite people to use the retail. I will now pass it off to Steve Smith, principal at Cooper Carey, to discuss the proposed building design and historical preservation elements.
Thanks, John. Hi, I'm Steve Smith with Cooper Carey, and I'm excited to share the design for 2025 15th Street North. Our concept is to embrace the site and its position as one of the highest elevations in the Clarendon Courthouse area, as well as its prominent visibility from all directions. The diagram on your screen is from the sector plan, and the 2025 building shown in yellow illustrates our building relative to those around it. It became clear to us when we first approached the site and looked at the sector plan's recommendations that the site's very unique and highly visible location in the heart of Central Courthouse meant that the site has a lot of design responsibility. You can see a massing diagram on the bottom left that shows the available area and massing that can be achieved on the site to create potential maximum density. I think you'll agree that if this was the mass where the walls of the building occurred, it would be heavy and cumbersome. As we collaborated on how to develop a building on the site, we explored numerous layouts to provide a visually interesting yet efficient and flexible plan with massing that responded to the site and its context. Reacting to the prominence of the site, we then sculpted the mass to create 4 vertical express corner towers that added an elegance to the building's proportions. These vertical reading towers could then be viewed from all directions. Once this was done, we set back the building tower between 10 and 40 feet at various points on the second level on the north, south, and west elevations to 1, consider the pedestrian experience, and 2, reduce the overall feel of a 20-story building coming to meet the ground. This setback move allowed us to preserve some of the historical facades from Arlington's original financial district and law offices, which I'll talk about next. Let's look at the 2 major historical buildings on the block that we have incorporated into our design. In working closely with Arlington County's historic preservation staff, the design team researched the history of both buildings and have documented them as they stand today. The first building is the First Federal Savings and Loan that sits on the corner of Clarendon and Ewell, next to the entrance to the metro station. We cannot preserve the building in its entirety, but we are looking to recreate the original 1950 2-story design utilizing the building's existing limestone and marble. The building's original design will mesh well with the proposed building's retail base. Modifications will be made to the First Federal Savings and Loan facade openings along the promenade to allow for a more expansive retail use and pedestrian experience. The second historical building is the investment building on 15th Street. We'll recreate this facade on the corner of 15th and Courthouse and utilize the original limestone and granite materials from the 1948 structure. This building's 3rd floor glazing has been removed to create an outdoor frame to look through the proposed building's amenity deck. Here's a rendering from the southeast corner of 15th and Courthouse with the investment bank within the context of the overall development. You can also see the white brick corner tower elements against the darker infill brick of the project, allowing for a more vertical reading of the mass. The brick and glass tower expression occurs on each of the four corners, creating an elegant vertical building that can be viewed from all points of the compass. As we reach the corner of Courthouse and Clarendon, here's a view looking southeast towards the site across Clarendon and Wilson Boulevards. You'll see that the retail is introduced to the project, allowing for continuity of Clarendon's well-known street retail reputation. Our proposed plan has strung continuous retail along the full length of Clarendon, with the tower stepping back at numerous nodes along the north facade, producing a lighter, more enjoyable pedestrian feel at the sidewalk. Again, we're able to see the multi-directional viewable towers with their expansive glazed facades that have views to all of Arlington and beyond. As we contemplated materials for 2025, we turned to brick. Made of natural materials, all of us can certainly identify brick as a primary building block. The individual module of brick also speaks to the scale of the residential use of the building. As a palette, we wanted the building to differentiate itself from the many surrounding beige structures that were constructed in the recent decades. We utilized the white bricks at the tower elements so that they may read as a clear beacon on the hill, marking of the pinnacle of the seat of the government for Arlington County, and fitting in well with nearby Arlington civic buildings, as well as the Courthouse Plaza project. The charcoal brick provides a contrast to the vertical corner towers. The windows have been grouped together in a vertical expression to accentuate the building's upright reading. We also looked at opportunities to maximize views from inside the building by offering large expanses of dynamic, high-performance, and energy-efficient glazing along the entire length of many of the facades. This creates light-filled living spaces. This use of glass will also provide views to the north as well as the future park to the south, acting as a figurative windows to Arlington and allowing distant views around the county. The glass will take on a variety of levels of transparency and transformation throughout the day due to the movement of the sun. As you walk past 15th Street's retail spaces, you will approach the mid-block framed entry to the proposed building. This modern, gracious, and dramatic entry portal will provide access to the residential units and is made of metal panels framing the expansive lobby glass facade. Moving up to the second level, we see the tower itself continues to set back, allowing more light and air at the street level while creating a pool deck on the second story that overlooks the future park. People at the second floor of the building will also add interest to the street experience. Rising to the sky, a rooftop garden is exposed on the building's fifth facade. It allows residents to enjoy the fresh air while taking in views of Arlington. The plantings continue to provide the benefits of the building's biophilic design and capture rainwater, key part of the building's goal to achieve a LEED Gold certification. Thanks for letting us share with you the architecture of 2025 15th Street. We look forward to hearing your feedback and comments on the topics covered in this presentation. Until then, please stay safe and healthy.